soldiers collapsing from hunger and disease, their bodies littering the retreat routes. The Imphal Campaign was nothing short of a living hell. The Japanese army suffered approximately 50,000 casualties. Why was this reckless operation launched, and why could it not be stopped? In fact, this failure had structural causes that continue to be repeated in modern times. What exactly was the Imphal Campaign? In this video, you will learn: why was this reckless operation approved? Why could it not be stopped? And what lessons does it offer modern organizations? Now, let's delve into the full scope of this collapse. In the main segment, we will also explore the distorted psychology of the leaders in detail. In December 1941, following the attack on Pearl Harbor, the Japanese army achieved successive victories across the Pacific and Southeast Asia. The Malayan Campaign and the Battle of Singapore, in particular, were hailed as miracles for conquering heavily fortified strongholds in just 70 days. Their unstoppable momentum continued, leading to the conquest of all of Burma by 1942, driving out British forces. This made Burma a gateway to British colonial India, transforming it into a crucial strategic point. The next target that emerged was an advance into India, a British colony. This ambitious concept of an advance into India was enthusiastically supported by certain military leaders. Strategic value was seen in cutting off Britain, supporting Indian independence, and potentially ending the war quickly. Many believed that their past successes and the momentum of the invincible Japanese army were unstoppable. The original concept for the Imphal operation was a limited campaign for the defense of Burma. A realistic objective of blocking enemy offensives and maintaining Burma within Japan's sphere of influence took precedence. At that time, the Japanese army still possessed high morale and superiority in localized battles. Guerrilla warfare and infiltration tactics in tropical rainforests were considered their strong suits. Each unit approached their tasks with accumulated combat experience and strong willpower. However, the word limited would soon take on a different meaning. The ambition of the leaders swelled, transforming the initial plan into something far exceeding its original scope. Up to this point, things had gone smoothly, or perhaps it would be more accurate to say that their taste of victory had made them arrogant. Lieutenant General Renya Mutaguchi, commander of the 15th Army, was an ardent proponent of the advance into India. His vision was utterly unrealistic, procuring food and ammunition locally, effectively disregarding supply lines. Even when faced with harsh terrain, steep mountains, some of the world's heaviest rainfall, and dense jungle, his opinion remained unshaken. He boasted that these challenges could be overcome through sheer willpower. It was a mindset that disregarded the lives of his soldiers. Initially, the higher command, particularly the Southern Expeditionary Army Group headquarters, voiced opposition to this reckless plan. However, they eventually yielded to Mutaguchi's strong insistence and the Imperial General Headquarters pressure for an offensive-focused strategy. The unrealistic concept of jinshoku, securing food locally, was incorporated into the plan. But here, a trap that no one noticed was already gaping open. A distorted culture of gekukujo, junior officers overriding senior authority, and joi katatsu, rigid top-down command, deeply embedded within the military, stifled dissent. Once approved, an operation, however reckless, became a sunk cost that could not be withdrawn. Commander Mutaguchi dismissed his subordinates' dissenting opinions as merely being timid. Major Masanobu Tsuji, the chief of logistics, objected to the plan, but his opinions were not heard, ultimately leading to the tragedy of his suicide. Groupthink proliferated, critical opinions were suppressed, and only optimistic outlooks were shared. This operation fostered the convenient illusion of settling the war with a single blow. By then, no one was able to directly stop this catastrophic plan. The doctrine of spiritualism had completely dominated realistic strategy. In March 1944, the Imphal Campaign began. However, supply lines were cut off from day one. The march through the jungle was extremely difficult, and soldiers succumbed to hunger and disease one after another. Meanwhile, the British forces, detecting the Japanese movements, countered with aerial resupply. Famine, cholera, and malaria spread rampantly, claiming the lives of many soldiers even before combat. In July, the order to cease operations finally came, but the retreat route itself became a death march. Of the approximately 100,000 Japanese soldiers committed, ultimately about 50,000 died. Even those who returned alive were in a state of extreme exhaustion. The Imphal Campaign is a tragic example of an organization self-destructing when spiritualism overshadowed reality. A leader's unilateral decisions, the suppression of dissent, and excessive optimism can lead any organization to ruin. Why was such a reckless operation approved? It was due to the arrogance born from past successes and organizational insularity. Why could it not be stopped? It was caused by a top-down command culture and groupthink that avoided responsibility. This history challenges modern organizations to confront reality and listen to dissenting opinions. The quality of decision-making will differ between those who understand this failure and those who do not. If you found this video insightful, please subscribe and hit the like button. We release a new history of failure every day. Thank you for watching.
この失敗は歴史のほんの1ページ。世界にはまだ語られていない失敗が数多くあります。失敗の歴史をチャンネル登録して次の物語もぜひご覧ください。